In the last episode, Alex Carter stood tall, having weathered a brutal battle and received a cryptic warning from a mysterious source. The ominous message still lingered in his mind, fueling his determination to unravel the truth behind the Umbra. With the fate of the galaxy hanging precariously in the balance, Alex steeled himself for the challenges ahead. As he walked through the dimly lit corridors of the Coalition's base, the soft hum of holographic displays and the murmur of hushed conversations enveloped him. Captain Orion and Commander Astra fell into step beside him, their faces etched with a mix of concern and resolve. Their mission was clear: infiltrate the Umbra's ranks and gather intel on their plans to exploit Elysium's energy. The weight of this task settled heavy on Alex's shoulders, but he was undaunted. They reached a high-security briefing room, where a holographic display flickered to life, projecting a 3D image of the Umbra's suspected hideout. Alex's eyes narrowed as he studied the layout, his mind racing with strategies and potential risks. The room fell silent, the only sound the soft whir of the holographic projector. Alex's thoughts turned to the ancient technology hidden within Elysium and the potential consequences of the Umbra's actions. Suddenly, the door burst open, and a young operative, Lena, rushed in, her face pale. She hesitated, glancing around the room before her eyes locked onto Alex. "We've received a distress signal from Dr. Alara Vex, a reclusive scientist who's been working on a top-secret project. She's been captured by the Umbra." Alex's gut twisted with unease. He knew Dr. Vex's work was crucial to understanding Elysium's true potential. "We have to act now," Alex said, his voice low and urgent. "Captain Orion, Commander Astra, assemble a team. We'll extract Dr. Vex and get the intel we need." As the room erupted into motion, Alex felt a spark of determination ignite within him. He was ready to face whatever lay ahead, to protect his allies, and to defend the galaxy against the gathering darkness. With a deep breath, Alex steeled himself for the perils that awaited them, and the mission began. Previously, Alex Carter received a cryptic warning from a mysterious source, fueling his determination to unravel the truth behind the Umbra. And he, along with Captain Orion and Commander Astra, planned to infiltrate the Umbra's ranks to gather intel on their plans to exploit Elysium's energy. However, their mission was suddenly derailed by a distress signal from Dr. Alara Vex, a reclusive scientist captured by the Umbra. As Alex sprinted through the corridors of the Coalition's base, the urgency of the mission pounding in his chest, he felt the weight of responsibility settling heavier with every step. The darkness closing in around them seemed to palpably thicken the air. They burst into the hangar, where their extraction team was already prepping the ship. Captain Orion gave a curt nod as Alex approached. "Team Alpha, we have a green light. Let's move out." The ship's engines roared to life, and they blasted off into the unknown, bound for Dr. Vex's last known location. Alex's heart raced with anticipation as they pierced the thick veil of clouds, the landscape unfolding like a canvas of twisted metal and ravaged earth. Their ship shook violently, buffeted by turbulent winds as they descended into the heart of the Umbra's stronghold. Alex's grip on his seat tightened as they burst through the perimeter defenses, laser fire and explosions erupting in a chaotic symphony. "Dropship now," Captain Orion yelled, as they plunged into the heart of the complex. Alex leapt out of the ship, his combat rifle at the ready, scanning the maze of corridors and chambers. Commander Astra flanked him, her eyes locked onto the navigation display projecting on her wrist-mounted console. "We need to move fast," Alex warned, his voice low and urgent. "Dr. Vex's signal is weak. We don't have much time." As they charged through the labyrinthine facility, the shadows seemed to writhe and twist around them, the Umbra's darkness palpable and suffocating. Alex's senses were on high alert, his instincts screaming warnings of hidden dangers and unseen foes. And yet, he pressed on, driven by his determination to rescue Dr. Vex and salvage their mission. The farther they delved into the complex, the more Alex felt the air thicken with an unnatural silence. It was as if the Umbra was holding its breath, waiting for them to make their move. Alex's skin crawled with unease as they approached Dr. Vex's location. Suddenly, the silence was shattered by the unmistakable crackle of electricity, and a figure emerged from the shadows. Dr. Alara Vex, her eyes blazing with an otherworldly intensity. "Alex Carter," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the hum of the nearby machinery. "I've been waiting for you. The secrets I hold are far more valuable than you can imagine, and I'll share them with you. For a price." Alex's grip on his rifle tightened, his mind racing with the implications of Dr. Vex's words. What secrets could she possibly hold? And what would be the cost of unlocking them previously? Alex received a cryptic warning from a mysterious source, fueling his determination to unravel the truth behind the Umbra, and while attempting to infiltrate their ranks, he and his team were sidetracked by a distress signal from Dr. Alara Vex, who'd been captured by the Umbra. As Dr. Vex's words hung in the air, Alex's instincts screamed warning. He couldn't shake the feeling that they'd walked into a trap, but he had to keep his focus on the prize. The secrets Dr. Vex claimed to hold might be the key to defeating the Umbra and saving the galaxy. "What do you want, Dr. Vex?" Alex asked, his voice firm but controlled. Dr. Vex's gaze seemed to bore into his very soul. "I want freedom. And I want protection from the Umbra. They've been experimenting on me, trying to harness the secrets of Elysium for their own twisted purposes. But I've managed to hold onto one crucial piece of information: the location of the ancient artifact that powered Elysium in the first place." Alex's heart skipped a beat. This could be the breakthrough they needed. "Where is it, Doctor?" Vex's smile was a whispered promise of secrets yet to come. "That's for me to know and you to find out. But I'll give you a hint. It's hidden in the heart of the Umbra's citadel of Erebus. And y'all need to get there before the Umbra does, or risk losing the one advantage you have left." Without warning, the chamber erupted into chaos as the Umbra's forces burst in, laser fire and explosions shaking the very foundations of the facility. Alex's reflexes kicked in, and he returned fire, protecting Dr. Vex and his team as they fought to hold off the Umbra forces. Captain Orion barked orders, repositioning their team to cover their retreat. Dr. Vex grabbed Alex's arm, her grip like a vice. "You must get me out of here, Alex. I am the only one who can lead you to the artifact." As they fought their way back to the dropship, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that Dr. Vex was hiding more than she was revealing. But with the Umbra closing in, he had no choice but to trust her for now. Their escape was a blur of smoke and fire, the ship lifting off just as the facility self-destructed, sending a shower of debris raining down around them. As they broke through the atmosphere, Alex turned to Dr. Vex, his eyes burning with determination. "Tell me more about this artifact, Dr. Vex. What is it, and what makes it so powerful?" Dr. Vex's gaze drifted off, her eyes clouding over. "The artifact is known as the Heart of Elysium. It's an ancient relic, forged from the very essence of the planet. Whoever controls it will hold the key to Elysium's power and the fate of the galaxy." Alex's mind raced with the implications. This could be the game-changer they needed, but as he glanced at Dr. Vex, he couldn't help but wonder, what secrets was she still hiding? And what would be the true cost of wielding the Heart of Elysium previously? Alex received a cryptic warning from a mysterious source, fueling his determination to unravel the truth behind the Umbra, and while attempting to infiltrate their ranks, he and his team were sidetracked by a distress signal from Dr. Alara Vex, who'd been captured by the Umbra. Dr. Vex revealed that she possessed crucial information about the ancient artifact that powered Elysium, sparking a fierce battle against the Umbra's forces as they fought to escape with their lives. As Alex's team hurtled through space, Dr. Vex's enigmatic gaze lingered on the edge of his peripheral vision, like a whispered secret waiting to be uncovered. "Tell me more about the Heart of Elysium," Alex pressed, his determination to understand the artifact's power bordering on obsession. Dr. Vex's eyes fluttered closed, as if summoning a memory from the depths of her mind. The heart is a relic of Elysium's ancient civilization, she began, her voice barely above a whisper. A fusion of their most advanced technology and the planet's unique energy signature. It's said to hold the key to unlocking Elysium's full potential, granting unparalleled power to its possessor. Alex's mind raced with the implications. If the Umbra got their hands on the heart, they'd be unstoppable. He couldn't let that happen. We need to get to the citadel of Erebus before the Umbra does, he declared, his voice firm. Captain Orion set a course for the citadel. Well, gather our allies and prepare for a full-scale assault. Captain Orion nodded, his expression grim. We'll need to move fast, Alex. The Umbra won't give up without a fight. As the ship hurtled through space, Alex's thoughts turned to the mysterious source who'd warned him about the Umbra. Who were they and what drove them to help him? The questions swirled in his mind like a vortex, refusing to be silenced. Dr. Vex's words broke the silence, her tone laced with a hint of warning. Alex, I need to tell you something. The heart of Elysium. It's not just a powerful artifact. It's also a key to understanding your own destiny. Alex's gut twisted with a mix of excitement and trepidation. What did she mean? What secrets lay hidden in his past, waiting to be uncovered? He turned to Dr. Vex, his eyes boring into hers. What do you know, Dr. Vex? What's my connection to the heart of Elysium? Doctor. Vex's gaze faltered, and for a moment, Alex glimpsed a glimmer of uncertainty behind her mask of confidence. That's a story for another time, Alex, she said, her voice dripping with an unspoken promise. First, we need to survive the battle ahead. Alex's instincts screamed warning, but he pushed on, driven by a fierce determination to uncover the truth. He would stop at nothing to claim the heart of Elysium, even if it meant confronting the darkest corners of his own past. Previously, Alex Carter received a cryptic warning from a mysterious source, fueling his determination to unravel the truth behind the Umbra, and while attempting to infiltrate their ranks, he and his team were sidetracked by a distress signal from Dr. Ilara Vex, who'd been captured by the Umbra, leading to a fierce battle as they fought to escape with their lives. As Dr. Vex's words hung in the air, Alex felt the weight of his destiny settling around him like a mantle, threatening to crush him beneath its burden. He turned to Captain Orion, his voice a low growl. We can't afford to wait. We need to gather our allies and launch a preemptive strike on the citadel of Erebus. The Umbra won't know what hit them. Captain Orion's eyes narrowed, his expression a mix of determination and skepticism. You're pushing your luck, Alex. We're not even sure what we're up against. Alex's jaw clenched, his resolve unwavering. I'll take that chance. We have to try. As the ship hurtled through space, Alex's team worked tirelessly to prepare for the impending battle. Maya Singh, the rogue regime operative, proved to be a valuable asset, using her knowledge of the Umbra's tactics to devise a strategy that would give them the upper hand. But Alex's mind kept drifting back to Dr. Vex's enigmatic words. What did she know about his connection to the heart of Elysium? And what lay hidden in his past, waiting to be uncovered? As the ship approached the citadel of Erebus, Alex's nerves grew taut with anticipation. He could feel the power of Elysium coursing through him, urging him forward. This was it, the moment of truth. Captain, we're entering the citadel's atmosphere, Commander Astra announced, her voice steady. Alex's heart raced as the ship descended into the heart of the fortress. They were about to breach the stronghold of the Umbra, and nothing would ever be the same again. The ship shuddered, throwing Alex off balance as they landed with a thud. The silence that followed was oppressive, punctuated only by the sound of Alex's own ragged breathing. Let's move out, Alex whispered, his eyes locked on the exit. As they emerged from the ship, Alex's team was met with a sight that took their breath away. The citadel of Erebus was a labyrinthine complex of twisted spires and dark, foreboding architecture, its walls pulsing with an otherworldly energy. By the gods, Captain Orion breathed, his eyes wide with wonder. Alex's gaze narrowed, his focus fixed on the heart of the fortress. "The heart of Elysium is in there," he said, his voice cold with determination. "Let's take it." With a fierce cry, Alex's team charged forward, their footsteps echoing through the deserted halls of the citadel. They were about to embark on a perilous journey, one that would lead them to the very heart of the Umbra's stronghold, and Alex would stop at nothing to claim the power of Elysium. Previously, Alex Carter had received a cryptic warning from a mysterious source, fueling his determination to unravel the truth behind the Umbra, and after rescuing Dr. Alara Vex from the Umbra's clutches, he and his team were now on a mission to launch a preemptive strike on the citadel of Erebus to claim the power of Elysium. As Alex's team ventured deeper into the labyrinthine complex, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber deep within the citadel's walls, where they discovered a cryptic message etched into the stone. "The Umbra's leader is not what you think." The words sent a shiver down Alex's spine, and he couldn't shake off the feeling that he was being led further into the heart of darkness. "Captain, we've got something here," Commander Astra called out, her voice barely above a whisper. Alex rushed to her side, his heart racing with anticipation. The chamber was dimly lit, with flickering torches casting eerie shadows on the walls. In the center of the room, a large stone pedestal stood, upon which lay a small, ornate box. "What is this?" Alex asked, his eyes fixed on the box. "I am not sure," Commander Astra replied, her brow furrowed in concentration. "But I think it might be a clue to the identity of the Umbra's leader." Without hesitation, Alex reached out and opened the box. A puff of smoke escaped, and a small, intricately carved crystal appeared in its place. The crystal began to glow, and an image coalesced before them. It was a woman with piercing green eyes and long, raven-black hair. She was dressed in a flowing white gown, and her presence seemed to radiate an aura of power and authority. "Who is this?" Captain Orion asked, his voice low and skeptical. Alex's heart skipped a beat as he recognized the woman. It was his mother, Alara Carter, the same woman he had thought was dead for years. A cold dread crept up Alex's spine as the realization hit him. The Umbra's leader was his own mother, and she had been manipulating him all along. The thought sent a wave of anger and hurt crashing over him, and for a moment he was paralyzed with emotion. But then something within him clicked. He remembered Dr. Vex's words, "You have the power to change your destiny." Alex's resolve hardened, and he knew what he had to do. He would confront his mother, and he would stop her from using the power of Elysium for her own twisted purposes. With a new sense of determination, Alex turned to his team. "We have our answer," he said, his voice firm. "Let's go find my mother." Together, they set off deeper into the citadel, ready to face whatever lay ahead. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance, and Alex was determined to ensure that his mother did not get her way. Previously, Alex Carter discovered a shocking truth. The Umbra's leader was his own mother, Alara Carter, and she had been manipulating him all along. With this revelation, Alex and his team were more determined than ever to stop her from harnessing the power of Elysium. As they ventured deeper into the citadel, the air grew thick with tension, and the silence was broken only by the sound of their footsteps echoing off the cold stone walls. Suddenly, Captain Orion halted, his hand raised in a signal for the others to stop. "I've got a bad feeling about this," he whispered, his eyes scanning the corridor ahead. Alex's instincts screamed in agreement, but he steeled himself, his determination to confront his mother overriding his trepidation. "We have to keep moving," he said, his voice firm. "We can't let her get the upper hand." As they rounded the corner, a figure emerged from the shadows. Maya Singh, the rogue regime operative, stood before them, a calculating glint in her eye. "Well, well, well," she said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "Look what we have here. The great Alex Carter come to save the day." Alex's hand instinctively went to his blaster, but he hesitated, sensing that Maya was not here to harm him. "What do you want, Maya?" he asked, his tone cautious. "I want to help you," she replied, her expression unreadable. "I've been playing both sides for a while now, and I've realized that the Umbra's true intentions are far more sinister than I initially thought. I am willing to betray my own people to stop them. Alex narrowed his eyes, unsure of what to make of Maya's sudden change of heart. But Captain Orion's whispered advice echoed in his mind. In times of war, allies come in unexpected packages. He made a split-second decision, one that could potentially alter the course of the battle ahead. "All right, Maya," Alex said, his voice firm. "We'll take you on. But if you're playing us, you'll regret it." Maya's smile was a thin, calculated thing, but Alex knew that he had to trust her, at least for now. With Maya by their side, the team pressed on, ready to face whatever lay ahead. But as they delved deeper into the citadel, Alex couldn't shake off the feeling that he was walking into a trap, one that would test his resolve and his leadership like never before. Previously, Alex Carter discovered that the Umbra's leader was his own mother, Alara Carter, who had been manipulating him all along. And with the help of Maya Singh, the rogue regime operative, Alex and his team pressed on to stop her from harnessing the power of Elysium. As Alex stood face to face with his mother, his heart racing with a mix of emotions, he knew he had to confront the darkest corners of his past and the true nature of his destiny. His mother's smile, once warm and loving, now seemed cold and calculating, as she revealed a shocking secret. She had been using Alex's unique connection to Elysium to further her own agenda, and his entire journey had been orchestrated to serve her purposes. "You were always meant to be a pawn, Alex," his mother said, her eyes devoid of any maternal affection. "A means to an end. And now it's time for you to fulfill your true purpose." Alex's anger and indignation threatened to boil over, but he knew he had to keep a level head if he was to have any hope of stopping his mother. He drew upon his hard-won growth, rallying his coalition, and harnessing the power of Elysium to forge a new future. "Enough, mother," Alex said, his voice firm and resolute. "I won't let you use me anymore. It's time for me to take control of my destiny." With those words, Alex took a step forward and the very air around him began to shift. The power of Elysium coursed through him, as if in response to his defiance. His mother's eyes narrowed, her smile twisting into a snarl. "You fool," she spat. "You think you can defeat me? I have the entire Umbra at my disposal. You're no match for me, Alex." But Alex was undaunted. With Maya, Captain Orion, and Commander Astra by his side, he knew he had the courage, compassion, and determination to face whatever challenges lay ahead. "We'll see about that, mother," Alex said, his eyes flashing with determination. "Let's end this once and for all." As the battle ahead loomed, Alex knew that his leadership and vision would be crucial in rallying his allies and making the tough decisions that would determine the course of the war. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance, and Alex was ready to face whatever lay ahead, his heart pounding with a fierce determination to protect and unite the galaxy. Previously, Alex Carter discovered the shocking truth about his mother, Alara Carter, being the leader of the Umbra, and that she had manipulated him all along to serve her own agenda. With his mother's true intentions revealed, Alex must now confront the darkest corners of his past and forge a new future, free from her control. As Alex stood firm against his mother's taunts, a sudden burst of energy exploded from the core of the citadel of Erebus, sending shockwaves throughout the complex. The ground trembled beneath their feet, and the air was filled with the acrid smell of burning wires and ozone. "What have you done, mother?" Alex demanded, his eyes fixed on Alara as the citadel's alarm systems blared to life. "I've unleashed the true power of Elysium," Alara sneered, her eyes aglow with an otherworldly energy. "And with it, I'll crush the coalition and rule the galaxy." The citadel's walls began to shimmer, as if reality itself was bending to Alara's will. Alex felt the power of Elysium coursing through him, urging him to act. He turned to Maya, Captain Orion, and Commander Astra, his allies standing firm beside him. "We need to get out of here now," Maya warned, her eyes scanning the citadel's crumbling infrastructure. "This place is about to implode." Without hesitation, Alex led the charge, his friends by his side. They fought their way through the Citadel's defenders, dodging debris and avoiding deadly traps as they navigated the disintegrating complex. The air was thick with chaos, and Alex's heart pounded in his chest as he pushed forward, driven by his determination to stop his mother and save the galaxy. As they burst through the Citadel's main gate, they were greeted by the sight of the Coalition's forces, amassed and ready for battle. Dr. Sophia Patel, the Coalition's chief strategist, strode forward to greet Alex. "Alex, we've received a transmission from an unknown source," Sophia said, her eyes locked on Alex. "It's a cryptic message, but it seems to imply that Alara's plan is more than just a power grab. She's searching for something, or someone." Alex's grip on his gun tightened, his mind racing with the implications. What could his mother be searching for? And who was behind the mysterious transmission? "We need to get to the bottom of this," Alex declared, his voice firm. "Assemble the team, Sophia. We have a mission to complete." With the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, Alex knew that he had to push forward, no matter the cost. He was the only one who could stop his mother and save the galaxy. The question was, what secrets lay hidden in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered? Previously, Alex Carter confronted the devastating truth about his mother, Alara Carter, being the ruthless leader of the Umbra, and he defied her control, vowing to stop her from exploiting Elysium's energy to crush the Coalition. As the citadel of Erebus began to self-destruct, Alex narrowly escaped with his allies, only to receive a cryptic message suggesting Alara's plan was more sinister than they initially thought. As Alex stood before the Coalition's assembled forces, he felt the weight of his new mission settling onto his shoulders like a mantle of responsibility. The air was electric with anticipation, the hum of engines and the murmur of hushed conversations creating a sense of urgency. Dr. Sophia Patel's words still echoed in his mind. She's searching for something, or someone. The possibilities swirled like a maelstrom, each one more ominous than the last. "All right, listen up." Alex's voice cut through the din, his gaze sweeping across the sea of determined faces. "We need to get to the bottom of this. I want a team assembled to investigate the source of that transmission. We'll follow the trail, no matter where it leads." He turned to Maya, Captain Orion, and Commander Astra, his trusted allies. "You're with me on this. We'll leave no stone unturned." Within hours, the team was airborne, hurtling toward the cryptic message's point of origin, an abandoned research facility on the remote planet of Nexar 4. As they descended into the atmosphere, Alex's instincts began to tingle, warning him that they were walking into a trap. The landing site was shrouded in an unnatural silence, the only sound the creaking of metal and the soft hiss of the ship's engines. "You sense that too?" Maya asked, her voice low and cautious, as they disembarked onto the dusty, barren surface. "It's too quiet," Alex agreed, his hand resting on the grip of his gun. "Let's move in, but stay sharp." Their caution was rewarded as they breached the facility's entrance, where they stumbled upon a hidden laboratory hidden beneath the main complex. Rows of dusty workstations and abandoned equipment stretched out like a graveyard of forgotten dreams. And at the far end of the room, a lone figure emerged from the shadows, clad in a tattered white coat, their face obscured by a mask of twisted metal. "Welcome, Alex Carter," the figure rasped, their voice like a rusty gate. "I've been expecting you. My name is Dr. Elwes, and I've been searching for you for a very long time." Previously, Alex Carter discovered the shocking truth about his mother, Alara Carter, being the ruthless leader of the Umbra, and he narrowly escaped the self-destructing citadel of Erebus with his allies, only to receive a cryptic message hinting at a sinister plan. As Alex led his coalition forces, he vowed to uncover the truth behind the ominous message, assembling a team to investigate the source of the transmission. As the dust settled around Dr. Elwes, Alex's instincts screamed warning signals. There was something unsettling about the doctor's presence, something that didn't quite add up. "What do you mean you've been searching for me?" Alex pressed, his hand tightening around his gun grip. Dr. Elwes chuckled, a dry, mirthless sound. "You have no idea, Alex, your mother, she's been searching for you too, but not in the way you think." The doctor's masked face cocked to one side as if sizing Alex up. "You see, you're not just her son. You're the key to unlocking Elysium's true potential." Alex's mind reeled as Dr. Elwes began to pace around the laboratory, the creaking of the old equipment echoing through the silence. "My research, Alex, it's all about you. You're the bridge between Elysium's ancient technology and the Umbra's ambition. Your mother needs you to harness the energy to fulfill the prophecy." Captain Orion stepped forward, his eyes narrowing. "What prophecy, Doctor?" Elwes halted, their gaze flicking between Alex and the captain. "The prophecy of the celestial key. An ancient text foretold of a chosen one, born with the power to unlock Elysium's secrets and bend its energy to their will. Your mother believes you're that key, Alex, and shall stop at nothing to exploit your potential." The weight of the revelation crushed Alex. He felt like a pawn in a game he didn't understand, his very existence a tool for his mother's destructive plans. "We need to get out of here," he muttered, his voice barely above a whisper. "We can't let her find us." Dr. Elwes' masked face seemed to nod in agreement. "I can help you, Alex. I've been working on a way to sever the connection between your mother's regime and Elysium's energy. But we need to move quickly. The Umbra is closing in on us." As Alex nodded, a faint humming noise began to build in the distance, growing louder by the second. Maya's eyes locked onto the main entrance, her hand on her gun. "We have company." The laboratory doors burst open and a squad of heavily armed Umbra operatives stormed in, their guns blazing. Dr. Elwes' mask glinted in the chaos, as Alex and his team fought to survive against overwhelming odds. In the heart of the battle, Alex knew one thing: he had to escape, no matter the cost, and find a way to fulfill the prophecy on his own terms. For the sake of the galaxy, he had to become the celestial key. Previously, as Alex Carter navigated the treacherous landscape of deceit and hidden allegiances within the Umbra, he discovered the shocking truth about his mother, Alara Carter, being the ruthless leader of the organization, and he received a cryptic message hinting at a sinister plan. Now, Alex must confront the dark reality of his existence and the true nature of his destiny. As Dr. Elwes's revelations threatened to upend everything he thought he knew about himself. Alex's eyes locked onto the masked figure of Dr. Elwes as the laboratory doors burst open, and the Umbra operatives stormed in. The air was thick with the smell of smoke and ozone, as the team fought to survive against overwhelming odds. Maya's gun blazed as she took down operative after operative, while Captain Orion and Commander Astra fought off the attackers with precision and skill. In the chaos, Alex spotted a narrow window of opportunity. With a fierce determination, he grabbed Dr. Elwes's arm and dragged the doctor towards the exit. "We need to get out of here now," he yelled above the din of battle. Dr. Elwes nodded, and together they burst through the doors, leaving the fight behind. They sprinted down the corridor, the hum of the Citadel's reactors growing louder with each step. Alex's heart pounded in his chest as they approached the docking bay, where their escape ship waited. As they boarded the ship, Alex slammed his hand on the console, activating the engines. The vessel lifted off, narrowly avoiding the Umbra's hail of fire. Dr. Elwes strapped themselves in, their masked face gazing out the viewport as the Citadel receded into the distance. "What's the plan, Dr. Elwes?" Alex asked, his voice firm and resolute. "I've been working on a device that can sever the connection between the Umbra and Elysium's energy, Dr. Elwes replied, their voice muffled behind the mask. "We need to find a secure location to deploy it, and then we take back control," Alex finished, his determination igniting a fire within him. Their ship hurtled through the void, pursued by the Umbra's forces. Alex's team had become his family, and together they would forge a new future. The prophecy of the celestial key loomed large, but Alex knew he had the power to shape his own destiny. As they fled into the unknown, Alex's thoughts turned to his mother. Elara Carter, the ruthless leader of the Umbra, had once been his guiding star. Now she was the embodiment of everything he fought against. The pain of her betrayal still lingered, but Alex had grown beyond the reaches of her manipulation. In the silence of the ship, Alex felt the weight of his responsibility. He was the key to unlocking Elysium's secrets, and he would not let his mother exploit his potential. The prophecy would be fulfilled, but on his terms, not hers. Epilogue. The stars shone bright as Alex stood on the bridge of his coalition's flagship, gazing out into the galaxy. The war was far from over, but for the first time in centuries, hope had kindled in the hearts of the rebels. Alex's transformation had inspired a brighter future, where courage, resilience, and compassion would triumph over tyranny. As he looked out into the unknown, Alex knew that his journey was far from over. The galaxy still held secrets, and he would uncover them, one by one. The celestial key had unlocked a new path, and Alex would walk it, forging a new destiny for himself and the galaxy. With Elysium's power coursing through him, Alex smiled, the stars twinkling like diamonds in his eyes. The horizon beckoned, promising adventure, danger, and triumph. Alex Carter, the celestial key, stood ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, his heart burning with a fire that would illuminate the galaxy.